Hey guys, how in the world do you keep track of all the things you have to do, right? Being a human being is a complex and sometimes complicated thing because we all have so much to do, right? We have all these different roles, all these different responsibilities. How do you keep that in order? How do you keep that in track? How do you not go crazy with all the things you have to accomplish all the time? Like you and I, we've got stuff going all the time. And in fact, just think through your roles right now. In fact, you can even throw them in the comment section here. What are all the roles you have? Well, just being a person, right? Being a man for me, being a woman, being a husband, being a father, being a friend, being a leader, being a business owner, and a business leader, right? Being a philanthropist, being a sibling, being a child. I'm a son. Like we have all these things going on, right? We have all this stuff we have to do in life. How do you keep track of it all? And you feel like if you're juggling, right, you're trying to keep all these balls in the air. And do you ever feel like you just keep dropping all kinds of balls because you have so much going on? You ever feel like we use this with parenting, right? You feel like you're drowning and somebody hands you a baby. And you're just like, like how do we track all this? How do you stay on top of it? Because the reality is, you guys, and I want to drive this home right now. The reality is that in order to be truly successful, you and I have to become really good at several things. Not many things, not a lot of things, and not just one or two things. We have to become really good at a few things. And if we don't, then we end up dropping the balls. We end up being inefficient and ineffective. So the whole goal is to optimize our whole lives, right? Like holistically, right? The whole part of our life. It's the mental, emotional, it's the physical, it's the spiritual, it's the social, it's the financial. So we're going to optimize our whole lives and set up these systems so it actually gets easier. And in reality, you can become more efficient, more effective. You can actually do more things with less stress. And I'm going to give you the keys right here, my friends. You ready? And most of you probably know this already. You probably have already seen what's called the life wheel, but I want to show it to you and give you a new context and invite you and challenge you to start using it. So this is what a life wheel looks like. And this is an example that I took off the internet. And what it is, you actually can measure. So 1 through 10, you can rate yourself. And you put on your life wheel here, you can do as many as you want. So I found I made one that has 10 or 12 on it. Because I find we're about 10 or 12. With all my coaching clients, when we go through this, we're about 10 or 12 major things that we're focused on, right? I'll give you examples on here. Your money, your health, fun and recreation, hobbies, romance, your spouse, or if you're dating, friends, family, career, your physical environment, your personal growth. You can put things on here like love, family, kids, social, life purpose and mission, fitness, spirituality is another one, hobbies that need to go on there, right? So there's all these different ones that you can put in your life wheel. And here's the key. This is gold. Please do this. You can print these out. You can even draw one right now. And so here's what I do with my clients. I ask them to make a list of all the major things you have to do in life, right? Your major responsibilities. And you can actually do a wheel for each major responsibility. Super cool. That's next level stuff. But just right now, do a wheel and just make a list first of the major things in life you got to take care of, like the major areas of life. And once you jot that down, then you can draw a wheel and you can go in there and what you do is you fill this in, you guys, and you measure this, right? So you rate yourself and you color in, how well are you doing on your physical environment? You're like, well, actually, the yards needs to be taken care of. The garage is a mess. I got that closet. This is overflowing with crap. It's all undone. Or maybe you're like, I just did a Marie Kondo on my house and it's amazing. So I give myself a 10, right? And you go through every part of your life and measure it. Now look what happens. Here's an example. So you fill it in, right? And you color it so it's out there. So in this example on here, so we have hobbies and recreation and fun is actually only got rated at a 6. So it's kind of low. And then social and friends also got a 6. We got some 8s, 9s, 7s on here. So now the reality check here is if this were a wheel on your car, how would that feel going down the highway? Ah, yeah, right? You're gonna be like, caw, 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 and you're gonna have all kinds of problems. So you can't get the velocity you want. You can't go at the pace you want. You can't go as far as you want. And so everything else can be working on your car, right? The lights are on, the engine's running, everything seems great. But if your tire's off, your wheel is off, and it's just throwing you off, a lot of good people are experiencing life that way right now. They're trying to go down the road, and it's just, maybe it's marriage, maybe it's parenting, maybe it's health, maybe it's work, maybe it's just you're feeling kind of directionless right now, and you're feeling kind of empty. I know a lot of people I talk to, they just feel like they're kind of dying inside, and life is a lot of just blah right now, and it feels kind of boring and dull and unfulfilling. And they got to fire things up. And we look at this life wheel, and you start doing this assessment, you realize, oh man, I got to make some shifts. And so here's what you do, you guys. This is powerful. And I invite some of my clients, I ask them to do this every Sunday. Once a week, evaluate how you're doing. Just filling out. And we're actually including this, you guys. We created a new journal. I'm so stoked because I wanted a place where you can have an extraordinary life journal, right? And have it all in one place. And have all the elements for your personal life, for your business life, all in one place. You can have with me when you go on vacation, when you go to work, like capturing ideas and planning, strategizing, scheduling, have it all in one place. So we created this journal. This is the very first one ever made right here, the prototype. And it actually has 5 separate books inside of it, right? Little booklets. And when these get filled up, you can actually just trade them out. And so you can have topics for each part of your life, each area of your life, from goals to planning to part of your business. If you guys are hustlers, like a lot of you are, and you're doing your personal life and your business life, and you want to just power up, like we're just created this new journal. Oh man, I'm so crazy excited about this because you get to optimize your entire life right here in one place you can take with you all the time and trade it out. So do the assessment. Either draw it out or print one out and do the assessment, measure yourself, and then go through your life. And this is what I do. This is what I do in my podcast, Extraordinary Family Life Podcast. Do it with coaching. We have a group coaching, and it's monthly. We meet every month and go over. I make videos and strategies about it, or in the coaching I do. But what we do is just go through each area of your life. So look at the life wheel, and then go through each area of your life, and anywhere where you give yourself a low score. Oh, and here, I got to pause for a second. Try really hard to see things as they are, not worse than they are and not better than they are. Just try to get real honest, because a lot of us, we beat ourselves up too much. We're too hard on ourselves. And so instead of seeing it as it is, you're like, oh, I'm terrible at that. I'm horrible. I'll never be able to do it well. And we're really hard on ourselves. And then other people are kind of like, doo-doo. Like, oh, I'm crushing that, man. That's amazing. I don't need any improvement in that part of my life. And we sometimes are a little clueless about, we see it better than it is. So just see it honestly as it is, evaluate yourself, and then here's the key. Look at your systems. And this is what it comes down to with every part of life. Look at the systems you have in place. Now, what do I mean by systems? So if I'm trying to lose weight, but my fridge and my pantry is just packed with junk food, there's my system. My system is actually going to sabotage my success. In fact, if you got something to write with, write this down. Your systems will either support or sabotage your success. Jot that down. That is wisdom worth going in your new journal. Oh yeah. My systems support or sabotage my success. So look through every area. System. Say you want to get up early and start your day with an awesome morning ritual routine. The first place you have to look is at your bedtime system. If you're staying up late, scrolling on social media, or watching Netflix series forever, you're binge watching, or eating junk food and just staying up late, then that nighttime system is sabotaging your morning success. So look at all your systems, right? If your house is cluttered and you got all kinds of stuff and you have all these open tabs, right? We open all these tabs in our mind, so to speak. We have all these open tabs and we have all these unfinished projects and all this indecision. It starts piling up and it blocks your runway, right? So you can't clear the runway, you can't make any progress. So take a look at your life, use the life wheel, make a list of the things you all have to do, like your major responsibilities, then assess yourself, give yourself an honest assessment, and then look at all your systems and how you can just make little tweaks. Like, you don't have to make massive changes. Little 1% tweaks in each of those major areas of life can totally transform the way you do life. It is awesome. Love you guys. Keep going for it. Remember, every day, every single day, we're training for greatness. Every day we're training for greatness. Whether we're aware of it or not, we're doing our training. And so we have to level up and train for greatness. Love you guys. Reach upward.